Today you're going to be hearing from Dr. Tony Briley from our advising department, and she's going to be sharing with you about the degree audit assignment that's upcoming, but she's also going to be talking to you about the role advisors play in your college journey, and we're so glad that you could join us. Let's welcome together Dr. Tony Briley.
Thank you, Ms. Aguilar. Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy I can be here this morning and share with you a little bit about academic advising. I'm Dr. Tony Briley, as Ms. Aguilar said, and I have a PowerPoint. We're going to go over some things about academic advising, about what advisors do. We're going to also talk about your assignment upcoming for meeting with your advisor. We'll be talking about an educational plan. We'll also be talking about how to complete your degree, what courses you need in order to complete an AA or an AS. We'll be talking a little bit about the difference in an AA and an AS, transferable degrees. So thank you for having me this morning. The first thing I'd like to do is to introduce, if you will, the advising staff. Dr. Maggie McLaughlin is our director. I'm Dr. Briley. Ms. Jackson is our advisor. Ms. Kelly, who does a lot of our nursing students, and Ms. Lindsay, who I brought with me this morning in the back. Say hey, Ms. Lindsay. She's our newest advisor, and she's also going to be taking an active part in academic advising. Ms. Ozier is our disability services advisor, and some of you know Ms. Cynthia, who sits at the front desk and is very helpful with making appointments and getting you where you need to go. Do I have any dual enrollment students in this class? We are recording this session, and it will be shown to the online classes for college experience, and I'm sure that there are dual enrollment students out there in the online class. So your advisors, Ms. Denise Johnson is the advisor for the public school dual enrollment, and Ms. Michelle is the advisor for homeschool and private school dual enrollment. Do all of you recognize someone on this screen as your advisor? Everybody knows somebody up here, right? Okay, good, 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 good. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next slide. What do? What is an advisor's function? Why do we come to work every day? What are we here for? How do we help you? We advise first time in college students. How many of you in here are first time in college? Good. Yay! We're glad that you decided to come to college, especially Florida Gateway College. We also advise returning students, which means sometimes students come and then they leave and then they come back, so they're returning to Florida Gateway. Former and current dual enrollment students, and transfer students. Transfer students are those students who have been to another school and they bring their transcripts and now they're coming to Florida Gateway. Career counseling and exploration. If you're not sure what you want to be when you grow up, we have career counseling for you. We can help you look at different fields of study and help you get a focus on what it is that you want to do for a career. Referrals. We can refer you to the different services that we have here at Florida Gateway College. Examples would be the disability services, the MASP program. That's a scholarship program that Miss Audrey Jackson runs for the college. Baycare, that's a service that we offer to students who are in need of professional counseling. Sometimes life gets in the way, sometimes it gets tough. And you need to talk to somebody. We have something called Baycare. You can find it by going on our Florida Gateway homepage and click under current students and you'll see a link for Baycare. If you need some professional counseling services, it's free. Look up Baycare and give those folks a call. We also help with an education plan. I brought with me today a sample of what an education plan looks like. Some of your advisors use this form. I'm not sure dual enrollment uses this, but I know that we use this in my office. This is an education plan, and what it does is give you a plan from now till you graduate. This semester, this semester, this semester. This is what you'll take. Boom, 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 right down the line. And you'll get an education plan with your advisor. Probably in your second semester is the best time to do an actual education plan. Later on, I'm going to be talking about your assignment for this course, it's not the education plan. It's something entirely different. So when you call to make your appointment for your college success assignment, don't use the words education plan, because that's something different. You just want to simply tell Cynthia you need an appointment for your college experience class, and she'll know what that's about. All right, education plan. Change a degree. Sometimes you think you might want to do something and then you decide, oops, I want to do something else. Advisors will help you with changing your degree. We help you with registration, add drop and withdrawal. There's a big difference in add drop and withdrawal, and I need you to understand the withdrawal process because it does have an effect sometimes on your financial aid. It could also have an effect sometimes on your graduation number of credits. So let's spend just a minute here talking about the difference in add drop and withdrawal. Add drop is normally the first 5 days of the semester if you are in a full semester, a full 16-week semester. If you're in a mini-master, you probably only have 2 to 3 days for add drop. Add drop means you can make any changes to your schedule that you would like to with no penalty. You can change classes, you can change teachers, you can change day to night, on campus to online, whatever you want to do in that period. You just can do it by yourself if you want to. You can just get on the computer and do whatever you want to do, or you can come see your advisor and we'll help you make those changes. So the first 5 days, totally whatever you want to do. After add drop, you go into the withdrawal period. So we are in the withdrawal period right now. We don't encourage withdrawals. However, you as the student needs to decide if you're staying in class or if you have to get out of the class. Sometimes life happens. Sometimes your job schedule forces you to withdraw because now you can't get off work to come to class. Sometimes personal life gets in the way and you just can't make it to class. Sometimes other circumstances cause you to say, I need to get out of this class. If you're failing and there's no way you'll catch up, then you don't want to take a failing grade. If you're doing an online class or you're doing an in-seat class, get with your instructor. Try to work it out. See if you can make up work. See if there's anything you can do to save that class before you have to withdraw. What does a withdrawal do? One thing, it could affect your financial aid. If you're on Pell Grant, you may end up paying some money back for a withdrawal. I've seen that happen. It goes on your transcript with a W. During add drop, there's nothing on your transcript. We don't even know what you did. Everything is wiped out and started over on add drop. But with a withdrawal, there is a W on your transcript that shows that you've made an attempt to pass the class. No matter what the reason is that you withdraw, it's still counted as an attempt to pass the class. You get 2 tries to pass a class, the same class. On the 3rd attempt, whether it's withdraw and fail, whether it's withdraw and withdraw, whether it's fail and fail, no matter what it is, you get 2 chances. The 3rd chance, triple tuition. You can remember that by thinking 3 times tuition. So if you have to take a class a 3rd time, the same class, it will cost you more money. Pell Grant financial aid does not do a triple tuition. So you're not going to be able to count on, oh, I got financial aid, it's okay, I'll go ahead and pay that $1,000 for this class because I got financial aid. They won't pay for a 3rd attempt. So be very careful about being too quick to withdraw from your classes. Everybody understand the withdrawal process? Very important. Some students think, oh, I'll just withdraw, I'll take it next time. Didn't make it, I'll withdraw, take it next time, and then you get yourself in a mess. If you have to take it a 4th time, there again, it's triple tuition and permission from a vice president. You can't take it the 4th time without permission. If you take it 4 times and don't pass, you can't take any classes. Now, what you could do is go to another school and take that class, pass it, bring your transcript back, and you're okay. Sometimes students have to do that. But we're hoping that you can get through the class the 1st time. If you can't, get through it the 2nd time. See your advisor. Talk about what's happening. Do you know we have tutors here on campus, right? We have tutors for everything. We just got an email the other day that says now we have tutors in the medical department for nursing and physical therapy, which is something we hadn't had before for tutors. So there's tutors for anything you want to take. Free. Tutoring is free. Be sure you take advantage of that. All right, we got the withdrawal process. Oh, one more thing about withdrawal. Withdrawal you cannot do on the computer. Okay, let me say that again. You cannot withdraw by yourself on the computer. Add drop you can. I have students that will come after withdrawal date and say, you know, I've been trying for a week to do this online and it just won't let me. So I'm telling you ahead of time, it won't let you. If you miss the withdrawal date, you have to take whatever grade the teacher gives you. You just have to suck it up and take the grade, because after withdrawal, you can't do anything. There's nothing you can do. So don't miss the withdrawal date, okay? How do you know the withdrawal date? You should have an academic calendar. If you don't have one of those, it's online. You can go to the bottom of the home page and click on academic calendar and it'll tell you when the withdrawal dates are. Anybody know the withdrawal date for this term?
March 20th.
Good. I think it's 21st, but it's somewhere close around there. Is it the 20th? Yeah, it's something right around there, right around that time in March. Good for you. Okay. Transfer advising and assistance. When you're getting ready to go to a university, we will help you look up that university, find out what they need for you to transfer, make sure that you have the classes that are required for that transfer. Very big part of advising is helping you with your transfer to the university. All right, and a graduation application, my favorite thing to do. Students come in, they're ready to graduate. See your advisor. Don't go semester after semester without touching base with your advisor, because when it comes time to graduate, you may have made a mistake and taken an incorrect class and you think, I got 60 credits, I'm ready to go. I got 2 humanities, 2 social sciences, 2 Englishes, 2 maths, I'm good to go. What if you took the wrong humanities? And I'm going to show you what I mean by the wrong humanities when we get a little further into the actual degree. I'll explain how that all works. But students will think all they have to do is take 2 humanities and they're out of here. But there's categories and you have to match categories. So while you have guides, we give you a track sheet, we give you a guide telling you what you have to do to graduate. Don't depend solely on that guide. If you're not 100% sure what you're doing, you're supposed to come see us. Our president now has an initiative that every student will see his or her advisor every semester. That's what the president wants. He wants you guys to see your advisor every semester. And we want you to. So make your appointments, come on in and see your advisor. All right, let's go to the next slide. Referrals, I talked briefly about some referrals. Other offices that you might need, financial aid, you know where that is, Building 14. The bookstore, Building 14. The cafeteria, Building 14. The Learning Lab and Tutoring is actually called the Success Center now. It was the Learning Lab. I believe they've changed it to something called Success Center. And it's over in Building 59, which is right next door to the Student Activity Center where you get your ID cards. So 59 is your college, your Success Center, and 7 is your ID cards and student activities. Security, if you have lost something, you can go to security and see if we found it. If you find something, take it to security. Be sure you activate your emergency alert system if you haven't done that. So in case there's an emergency on campus and we're having to close, you don't come out here and find out why is nobody here. You can do that through MyFGC by going into student, I think it's in the student tab, and then you'll see emergency alert notification. Go ahead and sign up for that. You have to do it using your Florida Gateway email. They won't send anything to your personal email. It has to be your Florida Gateway. So just real quick, how many of you have activated and are using your Florida Gateway Wolves email address? Good job. 100%? Everybody? Okay, for those of you who are watching this, the online classes, be sure that you check, and for you guys too, be sure that you check your Wolves email account at least every other day, because your instructors send you information, your advisors send you information, financial aid sends you information. Don't be too quick to delete those messages off your Wolves account. Okay, and security, getting back to security, if you need them, by all means call them. If you have a class at night and you need to walk from your building to your car, be sure you call them if you need some assistance. If your battery is dead, They will come out and jump your battery. They don't change flat tires, but they do jump battery if you happen to be out here and your battery's dead. And then, of course, the library. We are meeting in the library today, so everyone is familiar with the library. Lots of good services here. You need to find it online on our homepage. One of your assignments in this course is a career research paper, and you will need to know how to use how to find, if you will, research articles, and you can do that online. You don't necessarily have to physically come to the library. Do that online. Look up the library online and do your research. Okay, tips. Meet with your advisor each semester. Know what Florida Gateway College requires for graduation. 60 credit hours of the right credits. Foreign language completed either in high school or college. 2 years in high school, 2 semesters in college. Computer literacy, you don't have to worry about that because this very class gives you computer literacy, so you've already met that requirement for graduation. And a GPA of at least 2.0, which is a C average. So you must have a 2.0 to graduate. All right, know what your future university requires to get into the college itself. That would be your 2-year AA degree to get into the university, and a decent GPA. Most universities want a 2.5. Program. If you're going into a specific program at a university, do you have the classes that the program requires? An example would be if you are an aspiring engineer and you want to go to a college to study engineering. Engineering requires Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, differential equations, Physics 1 with Calc, Physics 2 with Calc. Do you have that? If you don't have that and you're trying to go to engineering at a university, you won't get in. The same token with the nursing. If you're trying to be a nurse and you want to go to a university to get a bachelor's, you would have to have nutrition, human growth and development, anatomy 1 and 2, psychology, sociology, microbiology, chemistry, statistics. Do you have that? If you do, you can get in a good GPA. If you don't, then you need to speak with your advisor and find out all the things that you need to have to move to that program in the university. Make sense? Yes? Good. All right. Okay, education plan. That is what I was talking about, that sideways sheet that I showed you an example of. You'll meet with your advisor. That is an appointment. It takes 30 to 45 minutes because we are planning out your entire 2 years of education, what you're going to do from semester to semester. So it takes a little time to do all that planning, and we're looking at prerequisites for your university also. If you do this as a walk-in, be prepared to wait because it will take us a while to get you in and to get it done. This is not to be confused with your college experience assignment that you got coming up in Unit 5. This is something different. Okay, we'll plan out each semester. We'll plan out at least your first year. Sometimes we go the full 2 years, but if you're undecided on your major, then we probably will just stay with 1 year because we're not sure what all you need for that second year. We're going to cover the foreign language requirement, the computer literacy requirement. We're going to talk about transfer information. So that's why it's a little lengthy appointment. Do that in your second semester. Next term, when you guys get settled in, go ahead and do your education plan with your advisor. Okay, degrees and certificates. 2 different types of degrees. You have your AA degree, which allows you to transfer to a university. I'm going to show you a track sheet. Does this look familiar to any of you? You've seen one of these? Probably your advisors whipped one of these out and said, okay, we need to fill this out and we're going to be done. If you don't have one that looks like this, you might have one that looks like this. This is the AS degree, and sometimes it's 2 pages. This normally will not transfer to a university. The AS degree is more of a working person's degree. You get this degree, it prepares you to go out and do whatever field of study that you want. I brought an example of a business, an AS in business, and it gives you accounting and economics and all those classes you need to earn a 2-year degree in business. This will not get you to a university to get a bachelor's of business, okay? If you want a bachelor's, then you got to go with this one because this is your transfer track sheet. Questions about that? Does that make sense? Does this kind of look familiar? If you're doing a certificate program, it's also going to be like this. It'll be mapped out like this. This is what the AA looks like. Now, all advisors use this. Even the dual enrollment advisors use this. It may not be 100% exactly like this on this side, because these are electives and other requirements, but all of your general ed requirements, 2 math, 2 science, 2 social science, 2 humanities, all those things are the same for your AA. Okay? Are we good with that? That's the 2 different kinds of degrees that you need. 36 hours of gen ed, which is those things I was telling you about, 2 of this, 2 of this, 2 of this, okay? 24 credits of elective. They have to be AA transferable, and I have a slide that's going to show you what is an elective, how you know what to choose for your electives. The AS normally is 60 hours. It just depends on the degree. I think a nursing AS is 72 hours. A business one might be 62 hours, but it's pretty close to that 60 hours, even your ASs. Certificates, however, are a little bit shorter. Just depends on what your certificate is in. An accounting certificate might be something like 18 hours. You take maybe 6 courses and boom, you got a certificate. Now, certificates are great. They're great tag-alongs on your resume, but most of the time you won't be able to get a really good paying, good job on a certificate. Most places nowadays are looking for a degree. But while you're working on your degree, you could be picking up a certificate along the way. Our business, our computer, graphic design, we're not doing a whole lot in logistics anymore. We still have it for those that are already in it, but there's no new logistics. But those certificates, everything you take to complete that certificate rolls over to your AS degree. Okay, rolls over to your AS. They don't all roll over to the AA. There are certain classes in some of these certificates that are not AA transferable. Your advisor, there again, your advisor will be able to tell you how to handle that. Occupational certificates would be welding, heating and air conditioning, cosmetology. None of those classes roll over to a degree. Okay, none of those will get you on the AA to transfer to a university. Those are certificate programs within themselves. And none of those have an AS to them. They are strictly certificates. So if you take one of these, you're going to finish that year program and that's it. Okay, then if you want an AS, you'll have to, none of these will count, you'll have to start with an AS. The only one that might be beneficial to you up there would be if you were going to go into nursing, the patient care tech 1-year certificate, you get points for completing that on the nursing application. The LPN, you can bridge from an LPN certificate to an AS nursing, that's a bridge, but your LPN counts as points towards your bridge. But the classes you take in LPN are not nursing, registered nursing classes. Okay, a little bit confusing, but that's what you have your advisor for, to help you straighten all that out. What does it all mean? I need you to grab your textbooks real quick, and those of you who are watching this online courses, grab your textbooks. If you don't have your textbook with you, for those of you watching the video, you might want to stop the video now and then get your textbook and then resume it, because you do need your textbook for this part. It's very helpful if you can follow along in your book. Your book is designed to follow this AA paper. This is the AA that we have in the book. And it's right down the line, one right after another, following this paper. So if you have your book open, you can just follow your AA track. If you're in the room here and you don't have your book, would you please ask the person next to you if you can kind of slide over a little bit and kind of look at their book? It's very helpful for you to have to be able to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the book and follow the slide, and I'll help you understand what this all means, how you can complete your degree. The first category is your communications category. You need 9 credits of communications. It's important you get the right 9 credits. Freshman Comp 1, no choice, that's it, gotta do it. All right, the second English category can, if you look in your book, you'll see that you can choose Freshman Comp 2, you can choose creative writing. You can also choose any of the literature courses, AML, ENL, see all of those? You do have a choice. Now you have a choice if you're getting a general AA. If you are going to a specific field of study, nursing for example, you must take ENC 1102. You don't have a choice for literature and creative writing. Get with your advisor. Make sure you're taking the right second communications. And the third one is speech. There are speech choices there. Right now the only class we're teaching is SPC 2608. We're not teaching any of the others. But if another one came along, because we have taught the ORI, the oral interpretation, we've done that before, but as of right now we're only doing the SPC 2608. Have to take a speech. It doesn't matter what your field of study is, got to take a speech. All right, second one, you have 6 credits of humanities. You need 2 classes. They have to be in different categories. So here's how you're going to read that book. All right, when you see humanities down there, you see 4 boxes. All right, that's an either or box. Okay, on the left side you have either or. On the right side you have either or. You must stay either in the top 2 boxes or the bottom 2 boxes. In other words, you can't take one from the top left and one from the bottom right. You can't do that, because then you're getting the same category. It's 2 from the top 2 boxes or 2 from the bottom 2. And the way you know the difference here, fine arts. Fine arts is Introduction to Humanities, art appreciation, music history, theater, those kinds of things that deal with art and music. Not drawing, not painting, not ceramics. They're not listed on there. Only the fine arts. The second category is philosophy. Philosophy and religion, introduction to philosophy, New Testament, Old Testament, logic. Those things are your philosophy humanities. So if you did art appreciation and music history, could you graduate? Art appreciation and music history, would you have your humanities? No, you wouldn't, because you've got 2 in fine arts. So when you come to graduate and you say, Dr. Briley, I'm ready, I'm good to go. I look down your paper, I look in the computer, I go, oh, you don't have a philosophy and religion humanities. But I took 2 humanities just like I was supposed to. You didn't take the right 2. So now you have another semester, you got to get the right humanities. There's no exceptions to that. We don't let you slide. We don't ask for an exception. It's got to be different. That's why your book will help you. Remember, you can't do top and bottom. You can't do right and left. It's got to be up, down. Okay? All right, next one, math. Math's a little tricky. You need 2 math classes college level. Okay? There are math classes that are not college level, but they are electives. Okay, examples would be your MAT 1033 Intermediate Algebra and your MGF 1100. Those are electives, not Gen Ed Math. Gen Ed Math is college algebra, statistics, or math for liberal arts. And you need 2 of those. So you could take algebra and statistics, you could take algebra and math for liberal arts, you could take math for liberal arts and statistics, you could take math for liberal arts 1, math for liberal arts 2. Here's the trick. If you decide you want MGF 1100 because you don't want to mess with intermediate algebra, you cannot take college algebra or statistics later on. MGF 1100 is not the prerequisite for statistics. So don't get crossed up. If your degree requires you to have statistics, you got to stay away from the MGF 1100. You got to take the 1033, but here's what you can do. Take 1033, don't take college algebra. Take MGF 1106 and then take statistics. Algebra is not a prereq for statistics. Algebra is not a prereq for statistics. But this is not a prereq for statistics either. Okay, if you're going to do statistics, you got to take 1033. Check with your advisor. Don't make the mistake and get the wrong prereq math. Now these are not preps, okay? They're not preps. They count. They count as electives, these bottom two, 1033 and 1100. Math is a little bit confusing, so it depends on your field of study. If you're going to be an engineer, don't even look at MGF 1100, 1106, That's calculus, which means you got to have 1033, college algebra, pre-calc, trig, and all that stuff. So it depends on your field of study as to which math route you need to go to, okay? All right, 6 credits of science, 2 classes. One of those sciences has to have a lab. You've got different types of sciences. You've got a biological science, you've got a physical science. Your book will show you which sciences go in which category. There again, you have either the top or the bottom. You can't crisscross because then you'd be taking 2 biological or 2 physical. Nursing students come to me. I've got my sciences. I got A&P1, I got A&P2, I got microbiology. I only have to have 2. I'm done. Oh no, you're not, because all 3 of those nursing sciences fall in biological. You don't have a physical science, so you couldn't graduate. What is a physical science? Something like chemistry, earth science, environmental science, those kinds of things. If you're in nursing, you have to have chemistry, so that would be your physical science. All right, if you're just getting a general AA, say like for business, you could take biology and earth science. Boom, you're done. Okay? But you can't take biology 1 and biology 2 because you've got 2 biological sciences. Your book will guide you for that, for those sciences. All right, next category is social science. You got to have 9 credits. Are you still with me in the book? All right, the very first one, without a doubt, is SLS. Guess what? You got it. You're here. You're watching the video. You got it. You're here. That's your first 3 credits of the 9. Then you have to have 2 categories. First category is history or political science. The second category is on the psychology side of the house, which is human growth, psychology, sociology. If you're a business major, you'll be taking economics. In your book, it has top block, bottom block. Once again, you can't do this, you can't do that. Just think, you can't swim, you can't do that. You have to stay on the top, you have to stay on the bottom. And that way you're assured that you're getting the right social sciences. If you need help with that, your advisor. We can help you all day long. So be sure you don't try to do it yourself and then make a mistake with the wrong classes. All right, now let's talk about those 24 credits of electives. You need 8 electives. Your book does not list for you all the electives that we have at Florida Gateway College because there's a ton of them. Ton of electives. Anything is elective. Do you know that Calculus 2 can be an elective if you need it to be? If that's what you're into and you need an elective? It doesn't have to be drawing and painting and ceramics to be an elective. An elective can be any major course. If you love English, you can have your electives as all the literature classes, all the creative writing classes, magazine writing, all of that can be electives. If you like fine arts, all of your electives could be ceramics and drawing and painting. If you're nursing, your electives are going to be micro, nutrition, psychology, sociology, those kinds of things. Any course that is transferable. When you are looking at a course description, if you see the letters AATR, you're good. What does that mean? AA, transferable. If there's no AATR in the description of that course, you can't count it as an elective. What is not an elective? Welding, cosmetology, LPN, all of those things that we talked about earlier, those are not electives. Okay? Very tricky, be sure. Education majors. If you are looking at early childhood education and you're taking some of those EPI, EEC, I can't think of some of the rest of those, for your early childhood education AS, they are not transferable. Now you're teaching diverse populations is, intro to ed is, but those, CHD is another one, code. If you're doing that particular AS in early childhood, those things don't transfer to an AA. So be careful that you're not taking, sometimes students, nursing students will know they have to have human growth and development, but they see a class called Development in Children, and it's a CHD course, and it says development, and it's about developing, so I'm going to take it, and it's not right. So be sure you check. Foreign language requirement. You have to have 2 years at high school, or you have to have 2 semesters at college. We offer 2 foreign languages, Spanish and American Sign Language. So if you had 2 years in high school and you passed it. If you made a D, it's not going to count. But if you had 2 years in high school and you passed it, then you would have already met your foreign language requirement. Check with your advisor to make sure, because if you haven't met it and you're trying to graduate, you're going to have to stay another semester or 2 to get your foreign language. Yes, ma'am, we have a question.
You have 1 year
Okay.
in high school level.
Okay. All right.
Not another.
Good question. Unfortunately, you're going to have to take it at college, because the requirement is 2 years in high school. So if you took 1 year in high school, it's not going to count. You can't come here and take 1 semester. You would have to start and take 2 semesters. But the good news is, whatever language you took in high school, if it's one we have here, it'll be easier for you here. If it's not one we have here, then you got to start over with either Spanish or sign language. Okay. All right. That's your foreign language requirement to get an AA at this school. All right, the SLS assignment, let's talk about it. We're about to wrap this thing up here, but this is critical, crucial, important. Those of you out there watching this video, pay close attention, because this is an important piece of this course. Your SLS assignment, you must meet with your advisor face to face. We're not going to do this assignment on the phone for you. We're not going to do this assignment through email with you. You got to come see your advisor. You must come see your advisor, okay? And it's got to be an appointment. We don't do this by walk-in, because we have, well, my guess would be over 400 students that take this course. And if everybody decided on the day it's due to walk into our office and see an advisor, I got to get it done, it's due today, you have to do it for me, I'm going to get a 0 if you don't do it. And we have 100 people in the lobby trying to see us as a walk-in for the last minute, that's not going to work. Because, you know, 80 of you are going to have to take a 0, because we can't see that many people. So we don't do it by walk-in. You got to make an appointment. Contact your advisor if you have extenuating circumstances that don't allow a face-to-face. If you're watching this on video and you live over in Alabama or California and you're taking this class because it's online and you don't have to come to campus, that's an extenuating circumstance. If you live 20 miles down the road and you think that's too far to come, that's why you're taking an online class, because you live 20 minutes away, that is not an extenuating circumstance. You need to come. You need to be here. You guys in the classroom here, you're here. So you can just come after class, make your an appointment, and come while you're on campus. All right, appointments take 15 to 30 minutes, most of the time 10 to 15 minutes. It's really a very short appointment. Just to touch base with you, we are not planning out your 2 years. Remember, that's something different. What we're doing at this appointment is providing you with this paper. We're writing on this paper what you have already taken, what you are currently taking, and what you're going to take next semester. We may go into the following semester. Since next semester's summer, I think what I'm going to do for my students is plan their summer and their fall. Not all students will go in the summer, so some of you will be talking to your advisor about what you're going to take in the fall. Advisors will sign... Well, somebody tell me I had that paper backwards. All right, sorry about that. All right, advisor will sign, and I put a date on mine so your instructor knows what day you came in. Make sure that you have this in your hand when you leave that appointment, because this is what your instructor's looking for. Some of my students will just take out their their phone, and they'll just take a picture and download it and scan it. It doesn't matter to me how you do it. Some students want a hard copy and they'll scan it and send it in through Canvas. You'll have to send it in through Canvas. So make sure that you either take a picture of it with your phone or you have your advisor give you a copy so you can download and send it in to your instructor. Phone number to call and set up your appointment, 754-4222. Tell Cynthia that you need an appointment for your college success class or your SLS assignment, however you want to say it, okay? Let Cynthia know why you're coming in, because that way she can schedule the advisors for 30 minutes apart. Normally we have an hour for all of our appointments, but these don't take that long, so we schedule every 30 minutes. We'll schedule students for these. Must make an appointment. Dual enrollment students, if you're watching this, 754-4341. If you're public school, you ask Pam for an appointment with Miss Denise. If you are private or homeschool, you ask Miss Pam for an appointment with Miss Michelle. Get your appointments. They work the same way we do, appointment only. All right, do it now. I can't stress that enough. Do it now. It's not due until sometime in Module 5. I don't know what module you're in right now. I'm thinking maybe 3. You might be in Module 3 now. So while it appears, oh, I got time. I got weeks. I don't have to worry about this until whatever day it's due. Does anybody know what day it's due? Do you have a due date? Okay. Well, it'll be on your syllabus more than likely. You should check for your due date. I don't want you to come the day before your due date. We can't handle that many students a day before your due date. When you leave this class today, if you don't have another class, go straight over there, see Miss Cynthia, get on the book. Walk right over there and get on the book for an appointment. It is not too early. Those of you watching the video, make that phone call when you finish this video. It's not too early. We encourage you. I've already done probably a half a dozen. And we just started school a few weeks ago. I'm happy to do those now because I know what's going to happen on that last day. It never fails. We have people coming in at 4:25 trying to get their SLS assignment done because it's due that night. And we have to say, I'm sorry, you have no appointment. We close in 5 minutes. We can't do it. And you could end up taking a 0 for the assignment. So that's why it's very important that you know, do it now. Okay, do it now. Make your appointment. Make that phone call, walk over there, whatever you have to do, get on the book, and don't say you want an appointment in 2 or 3 weeks from now because that's when it's due. Go ahead and make your appointment now. We want to do it. We want to help you. All right, questions about this assignment. It's critical that you get this assignment done and not wait till the last minute. We would appreciate it. All of the advisors would appreciate that. All right, questions? Anybody have any questions for me? Those of you watching the video, if you have questions, please email your advisor. Email your advisor. If you don't know who your advisor is, call Cynthia. I gave you the phone number for Cynthia. Call and ask her who your advisor is. She will help you with that because we keep a list of who our advisees are. She'll be able to help you. If she can't find your name, tell her what your advisor looks like. She'll help you out. She'll hook you up with somebody. If all else fails, she'll hook you up with Miss Lindsay. So you will get an appointment in to get your SLS done, but we want you to use the advisor that has helped you from the beginning. We don't want you to change advisors for this assignment. Yes, ma'am?
What happens if your advisor is not here anymore?
If your advisor is no longer here, then we will probably give you to Miss Lindsay because she's trying to build her caseload. Okay. So did you have Dr. Sloan?
I did.
Yes. All right, then when you call Cynthia, you tell Cynthia that Dr. Sloan was your advisor and that you were asked to make an appointment with Miss Lindsay. Okay. And she will take care of you. Okay? All right. Any other questions? You guys have been great. Thank you for your time, and thank you out there in video land for watching the video, and hopefully it was helpful to everyone. Thank you so much.